Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Alicia and I'm back with another video. Now for today's video, I will be doing a Let's Chat segment. That's basically where I speak on an issue that is near and dear to my heart, or something I see affecting somebody, or I may just be sharing my experiences with you guys. Alright, so for today's video, I have a really good one. I'm gonna try to be as transparent and as open as I can with you guys. All right, so if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right now and turn on your post notifications so you will not miss an upload from me. If you are able to, please watch to the end or as much as possible, and I hope that this will help somebody that is going through the same thing that I went through or something that is similar. All right, so yeah, so the topic that I'll be talking about today is remaining constant during change. And when I say remaining constant during change, I do not mean that you should not evolve or grow as a person, or change and become the best version of yourself possible. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about remaining true to who you are, remaining constant in your beliefs and in your faith and in who you are at your very core, who you are as a person, those characteristics that makes you you. I'm talking about navigating through life and the different seasons without letting everything around you change who you are, right, at your very core. So I'm just gonna be sharing a personal experience with you guys, and then we'll go further into the topic. All right, so a few years ago, not that long ago, I was working with a well-known company. I was so excited when I got this job. Like, it is something that I had never done before, and I was excited to learn something new, because I'm saying to myself, okay, this will make me more marketable. This will, make me a more rounded professional, right? So I got the job, I did my training, everything was going well. I was adjusting to it well. And yeah, I was really enjoying my new experience. So after a few months on the job, I got up, got dressed, went to work as per usual. Upon entering the office, I immediately knew that something was different based on everybody's body language. Yeah, it was then that I learned that something had happened, and we were unsure as to how this would affect the company. But that we were all praying for the best, right? So eventually, after like 2 or 3 months after that, it became clear that the company was most likely gonna close their doors, right? And at this point, you're saying, okay, it's all good, I'll get another job and this and that and this and that. So it worked out that eventually the company laid off all of their workers because they ran into financial difficulties. They couldn't keep the company open, and they couldn't pay the staff. So here I am at home without an income, and I was still feeling, I felt a little bit down, to be quite honest, as anyone would, but I was still hopeful. I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll get another job. So I started doing applications. I did applications after applications. I remember days I would do 2-3 applications, but I still couldn't get a job, right? So at this point, I'm very disappointed. I'm very down. I am very sad. I think it got to the point where I almost was depressed. For anybody that knows me, know that if I've worked with you before, especially, that I am a perfectionist, right? Like, whatever I'm doing, whatever task I'm doing, it has to be done properly. Like, I do not like failing at anything. I plan my life down to a T. Being at home now and, you know, losing my job, can't get a job. Just imagine what that was doing to me. And I realized now that I started to internalize all the disappointment. So I found a way to blame myself for the company closing its doors. Oh, you shouldn't have taken the job, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. I started to unravel, right? And it got to the point where I started to seriously doubt myself, to doubt my abilities. Like that self-doubt turned into anger. I was very angry. Like even my mom would say to me, like, why are you like this? What is happening? Why are you like the least thing? I would just be off like that. But what she didn't know, because I didn't share it with her, because she worries a lot, I guess she will know now, is that I was really feeling down. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like my self-esteem had gone down. I didn't feel, at some point I felt worthless. And just saying that out of my mouth, you know, it's a little bit jarring. I started to question my ability to do anything. I would sit and I would think and I would say, okay, what can I do? Like, can I start a business? Can I do this? I even wanted to do YouTube, but you know, all of that self-doubt, it really stopped me from even trying anything. I remember waking up and looking in the mirror and I didn't recognize myself. Like seriously, I'm not lying. Like I didn't know who I was looking at. Like the vibrant and confident, focused, driven young lady was not the person staring back at me. I was looking at someone that was full of self-doubt and anger at herself for the decision that she had made, like leading up to this. If I had done this, then this wouldn't have happened. And, you know, regret. I was looking at, I don't know. I don't think I hated myself, but I didn't love myself like the way I used to, right? I didn't recognize me. It seemed as if I was looking at somebody else. Like, it was crazy to me, right? And it went on for a few months like this until, you know, one day I was just tired of feeling this way about myself. Something clicked in me to say, no man, this is getting serious. You need to get up, you need to brush yourself off. You need to rise from this pit that you're in. And I went back to what I knew best, because during all this period, I could hardly pray. Sometimes I went down to pray. I didn't know what to pray about. Not to mention reading my Bible. It was very hard for me to read my Bible. It's like I had lost faith in myself. So it was very hard for me to have faith in God, to be quite honest, right? So when I realized that it was getting real serious, I had to pick myself up. And I went back to what I knew. I gradually started to listen to my worship songs, and I started to pray. Probably not the way I used to, but I started to pray and I started to talk to God. And I tried to, you know, encourage myself. And then gradually I started feeling better. Honestly, it was my faith and people around me that helped me, people that encouraged me without even knowing, because people didn't know what I was going through. And sometimes, you know, I have friends that would send me a scripture just to encourage, didn't really know what was happening. And I would speak to friends in Jamaica and they would say, you know, God is good. And, you know, just saying encouraging words without them not even knowing my situation. They were helping to heal me without even knowing, you understand? And then the support of my mother and close friends, special friends, kind of helped me to build my morale. And, you know, I started feeling better. you experience a lot of different seasons as you grow and as you mature and as you evolve and as you change. So it is important that we not internalize what is going on around us, especially with all that's happening in the world. If you look at this COVID-19 virus, the Black Lives Matter, it is so easy for us to suck all of that in and to internalize all of that and in turn damage ourselves. Because trust me, losing the job was hard. It was hard on my finances, on my self-esteem, right? It was hard, right? Based on my character and my personality and who I am. But after everything went back to what you would say normal, it is not the job loss that really affected me. It was really what I inflicted on myself. All of that self-hurt, all of that, pain, unnecessary pain that I inflicted on myself because I allowed what was happening in my life to get into me. And I allowed it to affect who I was at my core, to question who I was, to question my faith, to question life, right? And that left a scar that I am still working on healing right now. I'm better. I am not depressed. But there are times when I see myself falling back into the old pattern of internalizing disappointment and finding a way to blame myself. Because there's a saying that says, the boat does not sink because of the water around it, but it sinks when it allows the water to get into it. So it's the same thing with us as human beings, right? You do not sink because of what is happening around you. Because let's face it, going through life, a lot of things are going to happen. We're going to have to navigate different seasons, different feelings, different emotions. It is only when you allow what is going on around you to infiltrate your being, right? That is when it really affects you and will cause you to go under, just like the boat would go under. And there is this saying that says, let me see if I can find it. It says, it is better to walk by faith. Feelings are too inconsistent to let them lead you, and inconsistency takes you nowhere. When you get to that stage where you feel so overwhelmed and so anxious about everything, it cripples you. You cannot, in that space, you cannot think, you cannot create, you cannot plan, right? It is like you are stuck in a dark place and you cannot excel from there. You are just stuck. If you lose a job, chances are in your lifetime you will get another job. If we lose a loved one, then you're not gonna totally get over it, but with each day it gets easier. If you lose a friendship, whether it be personal or more intimate, then chances are as life goes on you will meet other people and you develop more friendships, right? So it is more important for us to try to protect who we are and to protect what grounds us, our faith, to try to remain constant through all of it. Because remember, we go through different seasons in our lives. Like, today you don't have a job, next week you may have a job, or next month you may have a job, right? So it's always up and down in life. And trust me, the seasons are gonna continue as long as you have breath. Seasons are going to continue to change, and we have to learn how to navigate and go through those seasons without it affecting our core, affecting what grounds us and what keeps us going. Because remember, the only constant in life is change. You have to change your whole thinking, the way you process stress and difficulty and adversity. And trust me, it is not easy. I have been through it, but I'm here to encourage somebody to let you know that it is possible, right? And you know, nothing in life is permanent. The way you deal with it determines how long you stay in it and where you go from there. All right, so I wrote down some tips that I think may be helpful to somebody that may be navigating through a difficult season in their life right now. And the first one is to forgive yourself for mistakes that you may have made, whether it's in your past or something a little bit more recent. The other tip is also to forgive others that have hurt you. And the next tip that I wrote down is to not blame yourselves for things that you can't control. All right, and the next one is to be content with where you are in your life right now and what you have while you are working towards what you want. All right, be grateful for what you have, appreciate what you have. You have to rejoice in little before you can rejoice in much. And then the last tip that I have, and to me it is one of the most important ones that I gave you guys today, is to understand that everybody's journey is different. I hope that it helps somebody that is going through a rough time. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And I'm gonna try to do Let's Chat at least once or twice a month, you know, just to encourage somebody, just to enrich our lives. You know, we want to be fine, we want to be fabulous, but we also, you know, want to deal with real life issues. You're also free to share the video with someone that you think it may be able to help. Maybe they're going through a rough time right now. And yeah, if you like the content as well, please go ahead and click the like button. And before I go, I want to leave a Bible verse with you guys. This is one of my favorite Bible verses, and it gets me through a lot of hard times. All right, so it is Jeremiah 29 and verse 11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Until next time, be blessed. All right, bye.